Hello there. Welcome to part two of Unlocking Greatness, the secrets of extraordinary people. In part one, we talk about kasek, which is knowledge, abilities, gifts, experience, and your gifts. And I mentioned that your skill will make room for you, and your gift will bring you before kings. Today I'm going to talk about which are your opportunities and your network. You see, it doesn't matter how much gifted you are, you can be gifted and grounded. Someone with less gifts than you have, but with the right opportunities, will taste things that will only be a dream for you. So gifts are not enough. Your abilities are not enough. Your knowledge, even your knowledge, is not enough. In part one, I talked about those who caught the blue marlin fish, and I talked about those who found the whale vomit and made about 1.1 million pounds. Maybe you have the knowledge of that whale vomit, but have you had the opportunity? Now I know and now you know, but we don't have the opportunity. So you can have all the knowledge, all the gift, all the abilities, and still not get the right opportunity to make it big in your career, in your life, and with the destiny that God has given you. Now in life, we all have different opportunities based on where you were born, based on who you were born to, based on where you attended school, based on the university you attended, based on the classmates that you have, based on where you live in your neighborhood, based on even the country you live in right now, based on the continent you live in. We all have totally different opportunities, and they are all very different, such that you must realize the opportunities that you have. For example, the kind of gift and knowledge you have also gives you a certain level of opportunities. So we are not all the same. So don't look at the opportunity someone has had, or the relevance, or the influence, or the growth someone has had, and try to copy the same thing. The person had an opportunity based on where the person was at a particular point in time, or the person had an opportunity based on who the person's parents was. You can't copy it. But the truth is that within every man is a seed of greatness, and within every man are certain levels of opportunities that you have. Maybe you may not have been born into a rich family, or you may not have been born into a rich community, but you have the knowledge and skills that will now open opportunities for you to become the greatness that you are. So you have to sit down and know yourself. You have to sit down and understand yourself. Maybe you can speak multiple languages. It will bring you opportunities that I may not get, because you speak Chinese, you speak French, you speak English, you speak Spanish, and I can't speak them. I speak only English. So that's an opportunity you have over me. Maybe because of the country you were born, you don't have the gifts I have, you don't have the experience I have, you don't have the skills I have, but you have a passport that can go to 191 countries. But with my passport currently, I always need a visa. You have opportunities that I cannot tap into. So we are all very different and unique in many ways. So I want you to sit down and list out all the opportunities you have based on all these variables, because that is what will determine where you should go and what you can become. As of now that I'm talking, one child has been born in one part of the world, another child has been born in another part of the world. Without knowing how to breathe or how to drink, one is ahead of the other. Because of where one was born and because of where the other was born. So the other that seems disadvantaged now must grow and find out also his advantages he has in life, his own systems of advantages, and find a way to get it to the top. Some are born and already have trust funds and are already millionaires. Some have to work their way through. So we are all very, very different. Before I continue, make sure you have subscribed to the channel and make sure you click on the notification bell now so that when I release new videos, you'll be alerted. Let's go. In August 2024, during the Olympics, there was one Jamaican called Thompson. And Thompson was known as the heat person in the Olympics. Based on previous records in the Olympics, Lars has not performed extremely well like Thompson. There went the race, 100 meters. A lot of people from the US, people from Jamaica, Botswana, Italy, and a lot of countries. 100 meters, who's going to win gold, who's going to win silver, who's going to win bronze. Immediately it started, Thompson was ahead. Thompson took the lead. He was winning. In fact, in the first 30 to 40 meters, Laos was almost last. 50 meters, 60 meters. And then all of a sudden, Lyles began to pick up pace. He passed one, he passed two, but Thompson was still ahead. Thompson, in fact, was ahead from the beginning till the end. Then eventually, they crossed the line. Lyles had pulled enough adrenaline and had actually come in front. So when they ended the race, Thompson's leg was ahead more than Lyles. But Lyles' head was ahead more than Thompson. Immediately they finished the race. If you watch it, you would see Lyles giving some kind of thanks or congratulation to Thompson because in his mind, Thompson had won. So they were all watching the screens, and all of a sudden it's displayed Lyles won the Olympics. Lyles was literally last. All of a sudden became first. And the most interesting part is that last finals of the Olympics was his best or top ever performance ever. So throughout the Olympics, he got his highest performance when it mattered the most during the finals. But it's interesting to note that both of them finished at the same second and the same microsecond. They finished at the same microsecond. This makes you understand something. In Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11, it says, "The race is not to the swift, neither is battle to the strong, or food for the hungry, but time and chance happens to them all." To be honest, if they had possibly run again, Thompson would have won. Everybody knew that Thompson had the heat amongst all of them. And in fact, Thompson's leg was ahead more than Lyles because of how his legs were positioned. So he had run and had stretched his leg. That's the only reason why his head was not ahead. And Lyles took the cup. So other version says that the fastest man doesn't always win the race. To be honest, I believe that Thompson should have won that race. But you see, in this life, time and chance happens to men. Time and chance. It's not the fastest man that always wins the race. It's not. It's not the strongest man that always wins the battle. Ask David and Goliath. But sometimes time and chance happens to people. So yes, work hard. So yes, get network. So yes, do everything to amass all the certificates. But it is possible that somebody doesn't have half of what you have, but the person is enjoying things you will never touch in this life. Time and chance happens to men. Because that person went for a program and sat by someone and the person favored him or her. Because someone went for, sat in a bus and met someone who was their destiny helper and the person led them to a particular place and things just happened. Time and chance happens to men. So I mentioned that we all have different opportunities based on where we were born, based on our location, based on your family, based on your community. We all have different locations. So find your system of advantages that work for you. But at the same time, know that there's something called divine favor. You can just be favored for things to happen that you don't deserve because time and chance happened for you. So sometimes some of the prayers you just pray are, Lord, favor me. Lord, make my heavens beautiful. Lord, let time and chance favor me. Because when time and chance favors you, things that people are chasing for will now chase for you.